anything and everything.
Do you ever wonder how to? Do you ever wonder why?
About anything and everything. Then Doris is your guide. Anything and everything will open your mind. Anything and everything with Doris. Anything and everything with Doris is online. Remember. Anything and everything with Doris.
You are listening to Anything and Everything with Doris podcast. This episode is brought to you by WYSK Spark Radio, the spark of the South. Listen to hits from the 70s till now. Find it on Live 365, Spark Radio. Isn't this a wonderful time of year? I love spring. It's my favorite season. Spring is here, and one of the amazing things I have learned in holistic medicine is how important flowers are to our health. Their beauty is pleasing to the eye. Their scent is pleasing to our nose. But their amazing medicinal qualities are important for our overall health. This week, I want to rave about the rose. One of my favorite flowers is the rose. I don't really have a color preference. I just love any rose. I can't really explain why it makes me feel so good. Just that it's beautiful and aromatic. I enjoy the flower, but I also used to buy rose-scented lotions and perfumes. When I began working with essential oil, I noticed rose oil was quite expensive, and it's very difficult to find a true, pure rose oil. I began making my own rose water because it was so difficult to find a pure, organic one. I was ecstatic to find out how easy rose water could be made at home, but rose oil, not so much. I quickly learned making rose oil would be much, much more difficult than I thought. Did you know that it takes 10,000 pounds of roses to make 1 pound of oil? It also takes 105 pounds of rose petals to make 1 5-milliliter bottle of oil. No wonder it is so expensive and difficult to find a true and pure rose essential oil. So I guess I'll just have to stick to making my own rose water and purchasing my own rose essential oil. So what is it that's in a rose that attracts us besides its natural beauty? Let's look at the rosadamascene petals and see what they are comprised of. Citronellyl acetate is what gives the rose the delightful scent we enjoy so much. Phenylacetaldehyde is part of the sweet aroma and is also in chocolate. The phenylgeraniol is a natural form of the geraniol, which is used in flavoring and perfumes. Citronellyl is an effective mosquito repellent. Citral is what gives lemons their flavoring and part of the vitamin A synthesis and is an antimicrobial agent. Cavone acts as a digestive aid and is also found in dill. Eugenol is considered by many to be the most powerful antioxidant substance known and is found mostly in clove. Farnesyl is a natural pesticide and found in plants such as jasmine, orange blossoms, and ylang-ylang. Methyl eugenol has local antiseptic and anesthetic effects and can be found in cinnamon as well. Nerol is a sweet-smelling antibiotic also shared with hops and lemongrass. With all these compounds in each petal, you can now see why rose essential oil distilled from the rosadamascene delivers wellness and healing to the body. While other rose varieties contain many of these chemicals, it's the rosadamascene that carries the most and has the strongest scent. Now that we know what these compounds are and what they do, we can see how useful the rose is for depression and relaxation, a heightened libido, and keeping your skin healthy. The Complementary Therapies in Clinical Practices Journal reported the effects of rose and lavender oil aromatherapy being helpful to women suffering with postpartum depression. In the Neuropsychiatric Disease and Treatment Journal, they reported that rose oil was effective in the treatment of SSRI-induced sexual dysfunction in men with major depressive disorder. For centuries, women have used rose oil as an anti-aging ingredient for youthful beauty. In 2010, Chinese researchers found that after just 5 minutes with a 0.25% dilution, rose essential oil was able to completely destroy the bacteria that causes acne. Also in 2010, German researchers found benefits of how rose oil can increase the permeability of substances and what they carry into your skin. This can be frightening if you're using rose oil with products using harmful ingredients in them. It's best to use the pure rose oil with a carrier oil made for your skin type and dab directly onto your problem areas. I have also made a spritzer with it using witch hazel to use as a daily toner. There are so many other uses that the rose can do when distilled into an essential oil. It can relieve spasms in the respiratory and intestine area, protect us from viruses and colds, reduce the symptoms of sexual dysfunction while boosting the libido, tones and lifts skin and contracts muscles, intestines, and blood vessels, helps in the flow of blood from wounds by contracting the blood vessels, purifies the blood by removing and neutralizing the toxins and free radicals in your body, eases menstruation, and the list goes on. Now that you understand the inner beauty and graciousness of this exquisite flower, you'll never look at it the same. Whether you enjoy it in your garden, at your dining room table, as an essential oil, or rose water, you will now realize the good health and joy it can bring you. I want to focus a little bit on rose water because I love it so much and I use it in my everyday life. You can use rose water in place of plain water when making your own hair rinse, soap, detergent, etc. I have a few recipes that I've used rose water for. Hair perfume. In a 4-ounce spritzer bottle, mix 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract and fill the rest with rose water. You can even add a few drops of essential oils with the vanilla extract and rose water if you want to change it up a bit. Linen freshener. As a linen freshener, you add rose water in a spray mister and add a few drops of essential oil, rose and or lavender, and spray on your sheets before bedtime. As a skin freshener, in a 4-ounce spray mister, add rose water and set in the fridge. Mist on your skin to cool and freshen up. Make sure you use a dark-colored bottle to protect the ingredients from the light in order to keep it from breaking down, and it will help it to last longer. Are you interested in making your own yet? I prefer the distilling method, and here's the recipe that I use. First, you're going to need organic rose petals. You can use dried ones, but you have to make sure they're pesticide-free. Then you're going to need water, ice, a large pot with a lid, a clean brick, and a metal bowl. And of course, the dark bottle. Now place a brick in the center of the pot and put the bowl on top of the brick. Add 1.5 cups of dried rose petals or 4 to 5 cups of fresh petals around the brick. Pour water over the petals until it reaches just below the brick. Invert the lid and cover the pot with the lid. As the steam collects it, it will drip down to the center of the lid and into the bowl. Add the ice on top of the lid in order for the steam to condense and drop into the bowl. Bring the water to a boil and reduce to the lowest heat that allows the water to continue to simmer. Now you're going to have to keep replacing the ice as it melts and continue to simmer for about 30 minutes. Then remove from heat and allow to cool completely. Make sure when lifting the lid that none of your ice water falls into the pot. Now pour the rose water that has collected in the bowl into your dark bottle. And I'm going to tell you, your whole house is going to smell beautiful when you make it. That's one of the plus sides of making it. You know, you get a natural air freshener for the day. You save a lot of money. And you make it as strong as you want. You know that it's pure. And let me tell you, I love it. I use it daily. I use it on my sheets, my skin, the room, whatever. When I make soap, I might do that. Shampoo. And I love this hair perfume. Oh my goodness. By keeping it in a dark bottle, it can last up to 3 to 4 months at room temperature and longer if you keep it in the fridge. I like to keep 4 ounces of dark blue bottles on hand because I'm always making my own homemade items. And you can find them easily on Amazon, and they're not very expensive. Buy them by 1 or 2 dozen at a time. I distinguish them by pretty labels that I make. You can write or print out your own labels. I just can't tell you how easy, how much money you're going to save, and how much you're going to enjoy your life. I never knew how powerful the rose is. And so I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope you get to make your own rose water. And if not, maybe you'll go out and get some and see how powerful it helps the mind, body, and soul. And that's our show. Thanks for listening. And until we meet again, enjoy every day to its fullest. God bless. For comments or questions, you can reach us by email at yopi@post.com. Also, check us out on Twitter at Dorisi and our Facebook pages at Yopi Studio or Louisiana Entertainment Association. Anything and Everything with Doris is produced by Your Own Production Incorporated and comes out every week. So come on back and feel free to add us to your favorite RSS feed, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Pod, and our favorite, Podbean. All links are found in our show notes below.